On June 19, 2023, news broke about a submarine that had gone missing, capturing worldwide attention. The submarine had been launched on June 18, carrying 5 passengers who had intended to visit the Titanic wreck. However, as several hours passed without the submarine surfacing, speculation and discussions began to circulate. It was a matter of great urgency as the oxygen supply on board was only sufficient for 96 hours, heightening the need for a rescue mission. Finally, on June 22, officials confirmed the devastating news that the submarine had imploded, resulting in the tragic loss of all 5 individuals on board.
I offer my deepest condolences to the families.
So, why did such a tragic incident occur on a tourist submarine? On June 18, at 8 a.m., the submarine initiated its descent towards the Titanic wreck, situated at a depth of 3,810 meters in the North Atlantic. However, it got lost with the mother ship after 1 hour and 45 minutes. At 3 p.m., the sub was scheduled to return to the surface, but it didn't happen. At 5:40 p.m., the Coast Guard received a report from the mother ship Polar Prince that a submarine carrying 5 people had been lost. Starting from June 19, the United States, Canada, and France began their rescue operations. On June 22, a debris field was discovered in close proximity to the Titanic wreckage. The U.S. Coast Guard made the announcement that the debris indeed belonged to the submarine. There has an implosion, leading to the devastating outcome of no survivors. The submersible is named Titan, and it is the product of OceanGate, the company that offers adventure tourism for the ultra-wealthy. A seat on a Titanic expedition costing each passenger $250,000. The sub measures 670, 280, 250 centimeters, weighs 23,000 pounds, and is made of carbon fiber and titanium. It was equipped with only 1 toilet, and its maximum capacity is 5 passengers. Individuals were required to sit cross-legged on the floor throughout the duration of the journey. Moreover, there was only 1 porthole available for passengers to catch a glimpse of the Titanic. It is equipped with powerful LED lights, a sonar navigation system, and high-end camera equipment. The oxygen on board is sufficient for 96 hours. According to the original plan, it would take 2.5 hours to descend. Once it reaches a depth of 3,800 meters, people can have a close-up view of the Titanic. The entire trip on Titan would take about 10 to 11 hours. There is no GPS underwater, so the Titan was supposed to communicate with its mother ship via text every 15 minutes. The 5 passengers were Stockton Rush, the founder and CEO of the submarine's operator, OceanGate. Paul-Henri Nargeolet was the pilot of the Titan and was also an expert on the Titanic, having completed over 35 dives to the Titanic shipwreck. British businessman Hamish Harding had an impressive resume of extreme expeditions and had participated in several record-breaking trips. Pakistani-born businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son, Suleiman. These 5 people were either highly experienced or quite wealthy. Actually, during the period from 2021 to 2023, this sub had successfully completed multiple exploration missions. So why did this implosion incident occur? First, the biggest problem was Titan was sealed from the outside by 18 screws after people entered it. This was also the most vulnerable part of the submarine because if anything were to happen, the people would be unable to open the door from the inside to escape. Second, OceanGate's design of the submarine has faced heavy criticism since 2018. 2 employees of OceanGate expressed concerns about its carbon fiber composite hull. Furthermore, the hull had been constructed with a thickness of only 5 inches, falling short of the expected 7 inches. Carbon fibers have several advantages, such as high strength, lightweightness, and corrosion resistance. It has long been used in the aerospace industry, but it has not been extensively pressure tested in extreme depths over time. Generally, For deep-sea submarines, the main materials used for hulls are steel, titanium, and aluminium. So, Titan was the world's first deep-sea vehicle with a hull primarily made from carbon fibers. Many experts contended that this material was unsuitable for submarines, emphasizing the necessity for multiple rounds of rigorous testing. Below is the video testing the strength of titanium and carbon fiber tubes using a hydraulic press. The titanium tube only deforms, while the carbon fiber tube is crushed under immense pressure. This image can offer us a clearer explanation. The white section of the hull is constructed from carbon fibers, while the gray portions indicated by the two pink arrows are made of titanium. Several rescue videos from the site demonstrate that the titanium rings remained intact without deformation even under high pressure in the deep sea. And there were no pictures of large sections of the carbon fiber hull being recovered from the ocean floor.
Also the area where the carbon fiber would have been bonded to the titanium flanges.
One of the two employees, David Lockridge, expressed surprise at the lack of professional equipment within the engineering department that could conduct a thorough scan of the entire hull and assess its quality. Instead, the evaluations relied solely on manual inspections. In addition, the porthole was certified for depths of only 1,300 meters, and the supplier declined to guarantee their products for depths of 4,000 meters, stating that the design provided by OceanGate did not meet industry standards. After reporting these issues to the company, OceanGate chose to terminate their employment instead of implementing any improvements. As mentioned before, the Titan had successfully completed multiple diving missions since its construction. In 2022, it facilitated trips for at least 28 individuals. Some of these passengers also reported issues with the Titan to the company. In 2019, submersible expert Carl Stanley was on board the Titan for an underwater excursion near the Bahamas. During the trip, he noticed something was wrong with the vessel as they began to hear loud noises, which persisted throughout their deep-sea journey. In 2021, the host of Discovery Channel's Expedition Unknown, Josh Gates, and his team made the decision to stop filming a segment on the Titan test dive. Josh Gates said, "A lot of the systems worked, but a lot of them really didn't. We had issues with thrusters and issues with computer control and things like that." Despite numerous reports from individuals about various issues with OceanGate, it appears that the company did not genuinely address these concerns. Rush said, "At some point, safety just is pure waste. If you just want to be safe, don't get out of bed. Don't get in your car. Don't do anything." Amidst all the news, one particular image captured everyone's attention, the Titan being operated with a gaming controller. It surprised many that such an ambitious underwater adventure project was being controlled by a gaming controller. OceanGate clarified that the purpose was to simplify operations. However, once this information became public, the stocks of Logitech began to decline. In reality, the US Navy made the decision to adopt the Xbox 360 controller as a replacement for conventional joysticks in certain applications. This innovative move aimed to enhance ease of use and improve efficiency in controlling various systems and equipment. OceanGate initially boasted about its collaborations with reputable institutions such as Boeing, the University of Washington, NASA, but all of these institutions quickly denied any involvement or endorsement. This video is a simulation of the submarine implosion. Titan is believed to have been at a depth of 3,500 meters below sea level when contact was lost. At this depth, the water pressure would have been immense, equivalent to the weight of the Eiffel Tower, tens of thousands of tons. Implosions at such depths are extremely violent. When the hull of the submarine collapses under tremendous external pressure, a significant amount of energy is released. The 5 occupants would have died instantly, without experiencing pain or realizing what had happened. The Navy captured audio of the disaster implosion sound. On the June 30th, the underwater communication records of Titan were released online. At 9:28 a.m., the RTM system began sending alarms. Then the pilot attempted to decrease the speed of descent, release ballast, and jettison the frame, but none of these worked. The RTM alert remained active, indicating a critical situation. At this point, the sub was trying to ascend and return to the mothership, but the speed was slow, and crackling sounds were heard. After 9:47 a.m., the mothership no longer received any communication from the submarine. During those 20 minutes, the people on board made desperate attempts to resolve various issues, but unfortunately, all their efforts were in vain. The most confusing was the mothership waited for 8 hours after losing contact with the sub before being reported to Coast Guard. Throughout history, humans have demonstrated an irresistible attraction to the Earth's extremes, whether it be its highest mountains, deepest oceans, or even the outer limits of its atmosphere. It may seem counterintuitive that some individuals are drawn to adventures that carry a higher than normal risk of fatality. However, for many affluent travelers, the element of risk is precisely what makes these experiences enticing. But accidents can occur irrespective of one's financial status. Lucas Furtenbach, the founder of the mountaineering firm Furtenbach Adventures, said part of Everest's allure lies in the inherent risk. If climbing Everest were 100% safe, it would diminish the appeal and discourage people from venturing into the mountain. In the case of the submarine incident, the United States, Canada, and France deployed highly specialized aircraft, vessels, advanced technical equipment, and personnel to assist in rescue and recovery operations. The exact cost of these efforts has not been publicly disclosed, but experts estimate that it could reach millions of dollars. Most countries provide rescue services free of charge, as saving lives is considered a primary responsibility of governments. Therefore, the expenses were covered by government budgets. Ultimately, the burden of these costs may be shouldered by taxpayers. Thank you for watching.